Hello everybody, Nathan Sifu here, and welcome to the Nintendo NX, or should I say, the Nintendo Switch. Yes, they have finally revealed and confirmed real details about the Nintendo Switch. And, for me, it's both exciting and kind of a little disappointing at the same time, because unfortunately, none of it is really a surprise. You know, it's kind of like, you know, if you like being surprised at, like, say, Christmas time, for example, and then your brother or somebody spoils it all for you and tells you what it's going to be. You know, there's no surprise. The element of surprise is gone, essentially. But what is nice is that we do get some confirmed details, and some of them are really awesome. So we'll just get right into what some of those things are, and then I'm going to give some of my own personal thoughts on it. So it is confirmed that it is a console that is also a portable hybrid. So, you know, you can just, take off these two pieces of the control and, set them down onto either side like it's a, an attachment to a tablet, and then you can take your game on the go. And that is really awesome. You know, we've always dreamed of being able to kind of take our games wherever we want to go, and now we can finally do that. Now, the thing is about that, where it's got the two detachable halves to the controller, and then there's the portable screen itself. You know, how many batteries are on this thing? You know, there's a battery for each half of the controller. And how long does the battery life last for, the screen? Like, that thing's got to take up a lot of power, because supposedly it's about as powerful as a PS4, but we'll get more into that in a second. Also, it's going to take cartridges instead of CDs, and you know what? It's about friggin' time. I remember there used to be a time when cartridges just could not uphold what CDs could do in terms of, space capacity, but those days are long gone. Like, those days, my goodness, those days have been over for over a decade now. For over a decade, we've been able to make, flash drives and, small physical media that can hold way more space than even a Blu-ray disc. And so it's kind of a wonder it's taken them this long to do this to begin with. Now, there's a few advantages to that to begin with. Number one, it means the game should load a lot faster, because you don't have to worry about the CD spinning or anything like that. And the other nice thing is that perhaps, DLC and save data will be able to be saved right on the cartridge itself. Maybe you won't have to worry about having to save it on your hard drive. Maybe the game system won't need a hard drive at all. I mean, well, no, I guess it would, in case for any digital games that you choose to buy. So what was it? I guess earlier NVIDIA officially confirmed that the Nintendo Switch has an NVIDIA Tegra processor. I'll be honest, I don't know what the hell that means, but apparently it makes it about as powerful as a PS4, or at least a similar level of power. And it looks like they're going to be doing. It looks like they're going to be learning from a lot of their mistakes that they made with the Wii U. You know, I personally love my Wii U. I love the game collection that I've got on there. But there's no doubt that it was a financial blunder. You know, it had next to zero third-party support, which seems to be the opposite for the Nintendo NX. A lot of third-party developers have been talking about how they love developing for the NX, that it's easy and enjoyable to develop for it. And Skyrim is confirmed as seen in the trailer. I think it's the people have called it the remastered edition. I can't remember exactly, but Skyrim nonetheless confirmed for the Nintendo NX, and that's pretty great. So it's got tons of third-party support, which means that in all likelihood this system is going to be very successful, because it's got the power, it's got people are willing to develop for it, it's got everything that the Wii U does not have. Speaking of the Wii U, I gotta wonder if there's going to be any form of backwards compatibility on this at all. I kind of have my doubts. I mean, maybe on the dock. I'm calling it the dock. Whatever the thing is, you put the system in to play the game on, on TV. I wonder if that thing has a CD slot on it for Wii U games. I mean, you could, if you look closely, you can see that it's got a couple USB ports on the side. I can't quite tell if the system's big enough to, have a CD slot or not. I have my doubts a little bit, but small little tangent now. In terms of backwards compatibility, I'm not sure if I really mind that. I mean, chances are they didn't decide to make it backwards compatible just so that, they can bring the cost down because they want to get as many copies of this thing out as possible, obviously. But over the years, I've actually kind of learned the value of not giving away consoles. I remember when I first got my PS3, to bring the cost down, I was trading everything in it. I traded my GameCube, my Nintendo 64, my PS2, all that stuff, and I regret giving all that stuff away. From now on, like when I decide to retire my 360, after I'm done my Mass Effect trilogy Let's Play, I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm not going to sell it. I'm just going to put it away. I'm just going to put it in storage. But anyway, that's another tangent for another time. As another little perk, it's not going to be region blocked in any way. There's going to be absolutely no region block because apparently on games now, if you have a game from a different region, it's not going to work on your system. And that sucks. Like, that's an unnecessary restriction. I don't know why. I don't even know why that's a thing. I don't know why they would ever do that. It's got some really nice features, and and I really like the way there's so many different controller play styles. Like, you've got kind of the Pro controller, like it looks very similar to an Xbox 360 controller. You've got the two halves that you can kind of play like in that you saw in the very first scene in the trailer, and then you can also play with those two halves separately, which I hear is actually really great for people that might have physical disabilities. If they, having the two halves, it makes it very comfortable and easy for all kinds of people to play, and that's fantastic. That's awesome. And then it looks like each half of the controller is its own little tiny controller that you can use for multiplayer, which is that's crazy. That's awesome. It kind of looks like it might be a little bit small and cumbersome. It might be hard to control. I'm not sure, but at the same time, there's no other game system that offers anything like that. This is the first of its kind, and I think it's pretty amazing. And might I also add, the size of the system, like, you're making essentially a portable PS4. So, I gotta wonder, why are all the systems so huge? Why do you gotta make them so big? Bring that shit down. When the next consoles come out, shrink that shit down. I don't need friggin' huge consoles. Anyway, on with my own personal thoughts. Will I be getting an NX? Yeah, definitely. My screen just went black for a second. Will I be getting an NX? Definitely. Will I be getting it right away? Probably not. That's my own personal choice, really. I just feel like, after a while they're going to bring the price down anyway, and in all likelihood they're not going to have this huge lineup of games when they first start. Although it did show in the trailer there was some unnamed Mario game that they're working on, an unnamed Mario Kart, assumingly, Mario Kart 9. There's probably going to be some third-party titles in there. They'll probably do like and of course, Zelda Breath of the Wild is going to be in there, as it's going to be available on the NX and sorry, I gotta stop calling it the NX. It's going to be available on the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch. So that game will be in there. They'll probably do something with Mario Maker as well. Where was I going for that? So it's hard to say if they'll have a huge lineup of games when the system first comes out, and for that reason, that's another reason that I'm going to wait. I'm not saying that everybody should wait. If you feel that you want to get it on day one, by all means, get it on day one. In fact, we need people to do that because, any game player, whether you play Nintendo games or not, Nintendo is a good company to have. That Nintendo needs to succeed. And if everybody does what I'm doing, well, it's gonna tank. We need lots of day oneers. And I really hope they get the success that they they've been hoping for. You know, they've openly admitted that they made mistakes when they made the Wii U. But yeah, I mean, I love Nintendo. I've loved Nintendo for my whole life. You know, for my whole 30 years on this planet. You know, and that's kind of a considerable amount of time. You know, and I want Nintendo to be around. When my son grows up, I want him to be able to love Nintendo. You know, and I want to be able to tell him and share with him all these games that I used to play, you know? So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I have to say on the NX. I mean, a little disappointed that we didn't find some more details. Like, I would have liked to have learned a price. It's probably going to be something like around the 350 range. That's what most people are guessing. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Oh yeah, and I was also hoping that it was going to have upgradable hardware, but that doesn't look like there's anything in there for that. So yeah, on a little side note, just on an ending note, I should say, Iwata. It looks like your dream and your vision is coming to life. And I remember when they were working on the Nintendo NX, I had heard that when they would conclude a meeting, they would end it by saying, "For Iwata." And you know, I think that is just a beautiful way to honor him. So, you know, I hope that his vision really comes true, and I hope it is the success that he envisioned it to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Nintendo Switch, and it will be coming to us in March. And if you like this video, then please like, comment, subscribe, and please check out my Let's Play videos. Got all kinds of playlists in there for, you know, other games that I've played. And if you'd like to see me play live, check me out on Twitch. You know, all the links are in the description and everything. And if you follow me on Twitch, you'll get notified whenever I play. So that is it for this episode. I will see you in the next game. For Iwata.
Why am I holding you? I didn't realize I was holding you. Oh no! I just dove off the edge. You have to live, my friend. Okay.
Oh god! Okay, something's bad. Oh
Okay.
my Jesus! Come on!